In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about IRAs and Roth IRAs, and we're starting right now. Hey guys, Elliot here. So chances are you may have heard of an individual retirement account or IRA and its cousin the Roth IRA, but may not know all the details or why exactly they're great investment tools. If so, this video is for you. An IRA is a retirement plan which allows contributions from workers outside of their employer. Now, employers can certainly set up IRAs for their employees just as they do with 401k plans, but 401ks and similar plans like 403bs and 457bs are tied to employment. You can't set one up yourself. The IRA is the only mainstream retirement account that individuals can open, fund, and manage completely on their own while still retaining some significant tax advantages. IRAs were created in 1974 as part of what was called ERISA legislation, and today the two main types of IRAs are the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. However, a handful of other variants exist, and they include the SEP IRA, simple IRA, spousal IRA, non-deductible IRA, rollover or conduit IRA, payroll deduction IRA, and the self-directed IRA. In this video, I will only cover the two main and most popular IRAs, traditional and Roth, and leave the rest for another time. A traditional IRA is the original and most common type of IRA, and it is fairly straightforward in how it works. You open an IRA account and direct a portion of your pre-tax income toward investments, typically stocks and mutual funds, that can grow tax-deferred. The advantage for the present time is a lower tax rate because you're using pre-tax income to contribute and lowering your overall taxable earnings. In most cases, contributions to traditional IRAs are also tax deductible. Now, the advantage down the road is that the capital gains and dividends earned by the IRA are not taxed until withdrawal, and then they are taxed at the regular income rate of whatever tax bracket you're in at that time. If it is presumed you will be at a lower tax rate upon retirement, you will then likely save on taxes. Because the IRA has such tax advantages, the IRS limits how much a person can contribute annually, and this is mainly so wealthy individuals don't use these accounts as a limitless tax shelter. The current 2024 contribution limits are $7,000 per year for those under age 50 and $8,000 for those over 50. Also, as of 2019, there's no upper age limit for contributions, so you can now contribute to an IRA indefinitely if you don't wish to retire early. No gross income limits are required to open an IRA, but a full tax deduction is limited. This is on purpose so the IRA can provide the most benefit to lower and middle income individuals. What are the income limits to claim a full deduction? Well, for 2024, your modified adjusted gross income, or MAGI, will have to be under $73,000 if filing single and under $116,000 if married filing jointly, with a sliding scale phasing out the deductions as your income grows, with no deductions at all after MAGI of $83,000 and $136,000 for single and married respectively. When you're ready to retire, pulling money out of an IRA is a fairly straightforward process. Be careful though, as with all retirement plans, you can only begin withdrawals after age 59 and a half, but allowances do exist for some hardship or life events. In general, a traditional IRA is best for workers who think they'll be in a lower tax bracket after retirement and people who don't have access to other retirement plans such as a 401k. Traditional IRAs are quite popular in the United States, with over 40 million households holding at least one such account for a national total of $11.5 trillion in assets. To open a traditional IRA, or really any IRA account, you can go to a brick-and-mortar bank or to an online brokerage such as TD Ameritrade, Vanguard, Merrill Lynch, E-Trade, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and many others. To summarize the advantages and benefits of an IRA, well, number one, they are easy to set up and contribute to. Number two, the IRA gives you an immediate tax break and another in retirement, assuming of course you will be in a lower tax bracket. And finally, number three, the IRA gives you a lot of control, including what you can invest in. Almost any type of investment is permissible inside an IRA, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, unit investment trusts, exchange-traded funds, and even real estate. Keep in mind a few drawbacks of an IRA. For one, you cannot borrow against it like you can with a 401k. Also, the annual contribution limits are fairly modest and you must start taking distribution by age 73 or a penalty will result. Okay, so you're a traditional IRA expert now, and we can briefly turn our attention to the Roth IRA. In many ways, it is similar to a traditional IRA, but with the complete opposite approach to taxation. Instead of using pre-tax dollars, an individual pays taxes at their current rate upon depositing funds into the Roth, and then the funds grow and can be be withdrawn completely tax-free at retirement. Essentially, individuals are taxed on the smaller seed, but not on a larger tree years later, as is done with the traditional IRA and also the 401k. If this sounds like a significant tax break, that's because it certainly is. The Roth IRA was originally called IRA Plus and was first proposed by Senators Bob Packwood and William Roth in 1989. However, it wasn't until 1997 when this type of IRA was actually written into law through the Taxpayer Relief Act and named after Roth, its chief sponsor at that point. Taxation aside, the Roth IRA is quite similar to the traditional IRA. For example, the contribution limits are the same, $7,000 annually for those under 50 and $8,000 annually for those over. Income limits do exist for a Roth IRA, but they're fairly generous. In 2024, if you file single, your income has to be under $161,000 to qualify for a full contribution and $240,000 if married filing jointly. Now, there is a way to contribute to a Roth if you make more than the allowed limits, and it's called the backdoor Roth IRA. It entails contributing to a traditional IRA and immediately rolling it over into a Roth account. This transaction must be done strictly by IRS rules, and I will make a video about this interesting approach in the not-too-distant future. Withdrawals from a Roth fall into two categories, qualified and non-qualified. Qualified distributions are essentially the money you put in, and you can withdraw that at any time. However, with account earnings such as capital gains, interest, dividends, etc., it's a different story. Just like with a traditional IRA, you must be at least age 59 and a half to begin taking money out. With a Roth, however, you also have another hurdle to consider, and that is the 5-year rule, which states that you must wait 5 years after opening the Roth IRA to access the earnings, or a 10% penalty applies. This is only an issue if you open your Roth IRA later in life, such as age 57. You then cannot withdraw any money at the minimum age of 59 and a half and must wait until the full 5 years have passed to avoid the penalty. Whether or not a Roth IRA is more beneficial than a traditional IRA depends on the tax bracket of the filer, the expected tax rate at retirement, and personal preference. A Roth is better if the account holder anticipates being in a higher tax bracket in retirement and wants to take advantage of the tax-free withdrawals. A Roth is also a better choice than a traditional IRA if you might need to access some of the money before retirement age, as Roth withdrawal rules are somewhat more lenient. There are also no required distributions at age 73, so you can keep your Roth longer if you wish to, including having your kids inherit it. It's not unusual to maintain both types of IRA accounts or to combine a 401k with a Roth IRA, which is exactly how I personally do it. Okay, so that was a quick primer on the fundamentals of an IRA and the Roth IRA. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.